Hello everyone and welcome to another video. We got new information about 10th edition of Warhammer 40k and we finally know how to actually play the game. I mean, we finally know which phases we're going to be playing each battle of Warhammer 40k in 10th edition. So I think this is a great improvement because we're going from 7 phases to only 5 in 10th edition. How did they achieve this? Psychic phase is gone, morale phase is gone. I like this a lot because I think that this represents an improvement in the game design. I mean, every single faction in 10th edition of Warhammer 40k, it's going to share exactly the same phases. It doesn't matter if we are playing, for example, with Thousand Sons or Black Templars, it doesn't matter. Every army will share exactly the same phases. This is going to make the game more straightforward, and it's going to be easier to introduce people into the game because it's going to be more simple to understand the game and the basic concepts that we will use every single match. So that being said, let's talk a little bit more about these new phases. They're not new, they are just a little bit different because Psychic phase is gone, but it's not really gone. Psychic phase is going to be part of every one of the 5 phases that we will have. It's just that every psychic power will affect or be represented in the phase that it's going to be important. I like this change a lot, but I'm not going to talk about psychic powers now. I will talk that in a different video because I like Thousand Sons. So I have quite a lot of insights about this matter, so I will leave that for another video. And then the morale phase is going to be combined with the command phase, and it's not going to be morale test anymore, it's just going to be battle shock test. The biggest difference is that instead of being at the end of our turn, it's going to be at the beginning. So we will have the command phase, then we will have, of course, the movement phase, shooting phase, charge phase, and fight phase. All of them are quite self-explaining themselves, so there's no need to talk about them. Let's talk about the new things. Okay, battle shock test. I like this a lot because I think that the morale test in the 9th edition is garbage. I mean, it's unfair, it's very aggressive, it's not nice, it ruins the entertainment a lot of times. I don't like it, I hate it. That's why I'm so happy with the battle shock test. What is the battle shock test? Who needs to take this test during our command phase? Every unit that is below half strength, and every model that it's like a single unit, or I don't know exactly, like something that it's not within a unit. So when it's below half of the wounds of that model. This for me it's quite nice and interesting because right now, for example, the characters and the leaders, they have leadership, but it's almost useless. There's only like 1, 2, 3 occasions that you really need to take that in mind, the leadership of the characters, or leadership of the vehicles, or leadership of certain things. It doesn't matter, and right now it will matter every single time. It's going to be important because when we take this battle shock test, we will roll 2d6, and for not suffer the penalties for the battle shock test, we will need to roll same or higher as the leadership. This is interesting and this is nice, of course. Which ones are the penalties? It's good that not a single model is going to disappear from the battlefield, because it was very unfair. It was depressing when, for example, you pay a lot of points for a model and you have like a big unit, and then you lose some models and one of them goes away because of morale. That was unfair. And here they don't go away, they just suffer some penalties. They lose objective control, so they are not going to be able to hold objectives. That's quite... it's going to affect in the game, according to what we know right now. Then they won't be able to do fallback. Yes, they're not going to be able to fall back in a regular way. They will suffer from something that they didn't explain. That's why I don't know the name yet. It's like They didn't explain what this is going to be. I guess it will be like a similar rule to the vehicles when they explode, but we will see what it is. And then finally, we are not going to be able to use stratagems with those units, sorry. Again, I like this a lot. I think it's a really good change, and I like it. I'm pleasantly surprised, and as I was saying at the beginning of the video, I think that this is a better design. This represents a better game design, and things are going to be more straightforward, and it's going to be nicer in my opinion. Again, we will need to wait and see, but I'm quite happy with these changes. I like these 5 phases, and I cannot wait to play games of 10th edition. And as usual, if you're still here, please consider giving me a like and subscribing. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.